Hello and welcome back to more Jazz Jackrabbit. This is another solo episode, and it's time for Wild Wabbit, which despite the Wild West's themed soundingness of it, is actually more of a summer tropical theme. So I'm not really sure why it's called Wild Wabbit, other than they just really wanted to use the name. I don't really have a summer-themed Let's Play planned this year, other than the fact that Mark is going to be doing the currently last Beautiful Joe game that exists in Double Trouble. So, there's that, but, I keep running over the thing. Do the wave, do the turtle wave. Ah, daggone it. I jumped too soon. I'm surprised I'm doing as bad as I'm doing right now, because this, I think, was actually one of the easier episodes that I'd seen. I guess I'll just leave that turtle to do the wave. I don't... Okay, there we go. Oh, carrot. Thing that rabbits don't actually eat. Eh. Hold on. Okay. Continuing. You gave me an overkill in carrots there. And compared to a lot of the other episodes, this one is pretty chill. I'm not entirely sure why. You would think it would be harder, because it's the last of the special episodes, but no, they just decided to make this one chillaxing. And just in time for summer, even though I originally started the series as an Easter special. But hey, our Easter specials are running long. Why not have it pull double duty? Of course, I'm also going to turn this into a Christmas special later on with holiday hair, but that's besides the point. Might also make a special... might also do a special episode of this based on the bonus stages, since that is an option. Gone. Yeah. Okay. Huh. How many... Ooh, I'm doing pretty good with toaster ammo for right now. But since pretty much all these early enemies can be killed with the basic blaster fairly easily, I think I'll stick with that for now. And try to build up my arsenal for later. That's usually the tactic you want to go for in this game. Ooh. Oh, by the way, I've recently discovered that for a lot of my solo recordings and a lot of our more recent online recordings, my microphone's, gain, that's what it was turned up too much. I don't know why, because I normally keep the gain at, like, nothing. So I don't know why the gain was turned up at all. I think it might have been because I accidentally knocked into the microphone with the back of my chair a time or two, and that caused, that caused it to, like, fall on the floor and stuff. And that might have inadvertently caused the gain knob to be turned up a notch or two, which I think was also responsible for my voice sounding a bit more tinny, like I was talking out of a tin can, and not as natural. So I apologize for that. Can I... nah, it doesn't seem like I can get those rapid fires. Extra time. Jeez. This game is really big on just a bunch of, like, hidden passageways and whatnot. But because... Oh, okay. I got the rapid fire. But because there's no, like, Chaos Emeralds or anything of that nature, there's really no incentive for going for 100%. It's just get through the stages. And even getting the bonus games is like, all you win is an extra life when you win the bonus games. So it's like, what is actually even the point most of the time? Like, you could have done the same thing by putting an actual extra life. And at least I would have had a guarantee at it, rather than just a chance to win one. If those are the only ways to get extra lives, that would be one thing, but they're not. So, I don't understand. And since the game has infinite continues, they couldn't tempt you with a continue. Unless there's something about this version in particular, like, because this is the CD version, quote-unquote. Even though it's kind of funny because, the game's not actually on a CD anymore. Huh. I don't remember getting stuck at this part. Did I screw myself over by killing those pots? Or did I just simply go the wrong way? I don't remember this being this difficult in my practice run. That's very strange. Oh, I just needed a bit more speed. Okay, so, a bit like Sonic, the faster you go, the higher you jump. That sort of thing. Technically, Mario did that first, but Sonic was the first to do that without having to have a run button specifically. You just gain speed naturally. So, in a way, Sonic's speed mechanic is kind of just an evolution of things that Mario technically started. Which is not to say that, Sonic copied Mario or anything of that nature. It's just one game comes along, starts something as a trend, another game comes along and evolves it. That's just how the game industry works. It's a natural progression. And then games like this come along and take some of those same ideas and try to flesh them out with their own characters and whatnot. Excuse me. Hiccups. It'd be so easy to mod Jazz into any given Sonic game. It'd probably feel like overkill just running through levels having a gun, being able to blast everything into oblivion, even if you didn't give him his other weapons. And the fact that someone already modded Mega Man X, complete with X-Buster, getting special weapons from bosses, and a health bar into Sonic 2, and people have really modded the heck out of Sonic 2. And they've even done some pretty decent mods for Sonics 1 and 3, but I think Sonic 2 was the most modded out of the three. Though Sonic 3 and Knuckles is still my personal favorite, and I think the best designed game of the three. But honestly, I think modding other characters into Sonic 1 might be better, since there's a lot less high-speed focused characters, and Sonic 1 is much more akin to traditional platforming. So if you want to put, like, a traditional platformer character that isn't Sonic into a Sonic game, Sonic 1 is probably the most fitting. But Sonics 2 and 3 have a lot more set pieces. By the way, even though I'm recording this myself, okay, this level actually kind of has the Wild West theme. And these weird pig enemies actually remind me of, Gen 5 Firestarter Pokemon. But after this level, it goes back to more like a summer theme. After this planet. This is the only planet out of this selection that has, like, this Wild West theme. And considering it's called Wild Wabbit, you would think that it would be more present throughout the whole thing. I don't know. Pretty catchy music, though. Yeah, this is where I want to start busting out other weapons. Ow. Ah, what the fuck? Daggone it. Ooh, carrots. Since I got a lot of the toaster, I might as well try to use up some of it. Although my Pokemon instincts are telling me that might not be such a good idea. Yeah, like I said before, overall I find this hidden episode or whatever to have a lot more scaled back difficulty. Excuse me. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, thank God for arrows. Who needs actually good level design when you can have just arrows telling people where to go? I'm kidding, by the way. Although, some games do use that as a substitute for actually decent level design. Give me that. Oh, hello. Whoa. Wah, ha, ha. Ensign. Sorry, the music is just really good. Like, in this entire game. Ah, give me the missiles. Woohoo! Oh, that's a place where I can go through. Aha! And I just made a full frickin' loopity-loop. Ow, stupid frickin' lizards. Frizzards. Bum 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 bum. Ah, got me a shieldy wieldy. And I got a battle bird. Come on, bird friend. Collect these floopy discs for seemingly no reason. And lose my bird. Damn it, I lose more birds that way. Faster than a speeding bullet! Except not, because the bullet gets faster as I run. For some reason. Oh. Ow. Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. Blast on through! Haha! Oh, that's just like begging to be grabbed. Okay. Cool. Sweet. Another chance at the bonus game. Is this the same one? Is this the same one that I did last time? I think it is. Which tells me that the bonus games are level specific, are planet specific, not like area specific. At least it looks the same. I don't know, maybe it's different. Like I said, these bonus games don't really serve much of a purpose. You beat them, you get an extra life. Whoop-de-doo. Considering extra lives aren't... I mean, they're not super common, but it's like... they're a thing that you can pick up normally in the stages. Yeah, this is the same layout. I'm sure of it. You know, if it was like, complete a bonus stage and you gotta continue, or something of that nature, or you got like a special ending, well, that'd be different. But as far as I know, they don't serve any actual purpose in the game. They're just fun little extras for you to play, and you get a 1-up. So it's like, cool, but you could have just put a 1-up in place of the giant red gem. And that way I would have gotten a guaranteed 1-up rather than having a chance at a 1-up. And elongating the gameplay time. Just getting an extra life doesn't... it's not the biggest incentive for clearing those. Or for even going after them. And now we're back to kind of a summer theme. Well, not really a summer theme, it's just a water level, really, but it's the only water level in the whole game, and it looks like I'm on a beach of some sort, so... The swimming controls are, well, yeah, you press and hold jump to go up, otherwise you normally go down. Your bird friend can't follow you down here. And when you reach the top of the water, if you're still holding jump, you'll just automatically jump out of the water. You can go faster down by pressing down. And of course, unlike most other games, I think having a way to defend yourself underwater is pretty paramount to whether or not a water level is fun, but also just how well you swim. People tend to not like water levels because of how sluggish they tend to be, and sometimes the inability to swim or defend yourself can also be an issue. Then, of course, Sonic water levels have a whole host of other issues. The one issue this water level tends to have is that it's hard to see what you're doing a lot of the time. These little things here raise the water level. Even though you can't see a lot of the time, they do put the arrows to they do put those arrows to good use. I like the little snorkel that Chaz has. The swimming animation isn't too bad, though it's just a few frames. Oh, okay, I have to go down and around first. Sometimes you just have to kinda know where you are with your mind's eye. But overall, for a water level in a platforming game that's very Sonic-like, this one isn't too terribly bad. And use my momentum to get up. One thing about this game is that it actually feels like it requires momentum-based jumping and platforming a lot more. That's something Sonic never really required out of you. You could make a lot of your jumps with just basic jumping that didn't require too much use of the momentum physics and whatnot. The momentum-based jumping was more for taking higher routes and taking more skill routes. In this game, it's much more like, you will do this or die, or you will do this or you won't pass the stage. Which, you know, an argument can be made for that being a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you want. It being a good thing would be for people that are much more accustomed to that and wanted to see that be put more to actual use. But Sonic games never, for the most part, really require, or not never really require, but Sonic games have never been the best when it comes to requiring characters to use their more advanced movement abilities. They certainly So, depending on the character, game, and the advanced movement ability in question, they can do a decent job of that, but it's not something that they're really founded on. They're more, it's like they're more founded on, just letting you get through with basic movement, and then saving, like, the really cool hidden shortcuts for those that have mastered, for those who have mastered the mechanics, those who have figured out how to earn their speed. Which, speaking of which, my playing of Sonic 1 and 2 was honestly kind of bad. Like, looking back on it, there's a lot of things where I'm like, there's a lot of points where I'm just like, oh, why didn't I do that? Or why didn't I do this? Or whatever. Was that the first act of the book? Yeah, that was the second act. Jeez, this has been going by really fast. And this boss is also very pathetically easy. Not that any of the bosses in this game are particularly that hard, but... jeez, look at that. The music didn't even have time to get started. Way to go! Jazz successfully navigated the depths of space and cleaned out Devin's hideout. Let's go find Eva! Doop-a-doop-a-doo! Whee! Whoa! These totally weren't inspired by Bugs Bunny. That's all, folks. Thanks for playing the lost episodes of Jazz Jackrabbit. Watch for more jazz fun in the future. And so should you! For future parts, or whatever. Bye! And now I don't know what's happening with the music.